Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a Dusty Trip, where today I'm going to be giving you guys all the tips and tricks and details on how you can set insane new personal bests without spending a single Robux on the game. Now, this game isn't really pay to win, but you definitely can spend Robux on things like this Game Pass, where you get 3x the health for only 200 Robux, and this Bloxy Cola, where for 99 Robux, you can run 20% faster. And then probably one of the most OP ones is you lose hunger twice as slow as normal just with the purchase of 149 Robux. But if you're someone with a Robux balance of 0, well then keep watching, because I'll be giving you all every tip and the trick of the game on how to get super far. Now, right behind me, the group awards is actually where you want to start out, and it says join the group first to claim your daily reward. And so in order to do that, I believe you need to first like the game, and then you head down to where it says developer John Doe's road trip, and I might be butchering that, sorry. And then you just join the group, and by joining the group and make sure you've liked the game, the next time we head back in, we should be able to claim this. Yep, you've been rewarded a free revive. You now have 2. And then it says come back in 24 hours to get our next free revive. So that is super crucial in making it far in this game, especially past 20,000 meters. But the next tip is to go ahead and see if there are any free-to-play trucks they're selling with the use of in-game caps, because these caps can be obtained by just looting different buildings within the game. And currently this K truck is purchasable for 2,500 caps. So we're going to go ahead and buy that, because this truck in particular is really efficient. But I'm assuming when you're watching this video, there might be a different car available. But luckily, I plan on reviewing and telling y'all if the free-to-play cars are worth it. And so if you're subscribed to the channel, you should be able to check out my channel to see if whatever car is currently available is worth your caps. Now, when you spawn in, you'll either be building the van if you don't have any other free-to-play cars purchased, or your car will be spawning back here. And luckily, if you purchase a car, even if it's free, all the parts spawn right around it. So it's super easy to know where each of the parts go. Like, I think that took us maybe a minute, just maybe. And then we grab the engine, put it up here. And the cool thing is this radiator is like a super radiator off the spawn, which is awesome because it allows us to drive super far without needing to worry about any gas. Speaking of which, before we leave, we need to go inside to grab some gas and some other things that should really help you out along your journey. So we're first going to go ahead and just get some gas. And with that filled up, we can leave the gas kit behind and make sure we close our gas cap. And then to make things a little bit easier for putting things in the car, oh, we need to get into this seat over here because it's right-hand drive. We can bring the car right over here to the garage because we're going to be taking some of the free food that is given to us at the start, and that is going to be the apple, the banana in here right on this table. And then lastly, in this new house up here, this new design, there is a cheeseburger up here, which this gives a ton of hunger. I think it's like 50% hunger back, so it's really nice. And then the last thing you do before you can leave is you can go up here and grab this onion and eat it. It won't give a lot of health, but it's better than not eating at all. And then that is actually going to be all we take from the starter area. And depending on your car, you might want to grab some extra wheels or an extra radiator or engine. Or the handbrake down and the engine on, we can go ahead and get started on our journey. Now, regardless of your car, you should be able to make it to around the 5,000 meter mark without stopping. I know that sounds pretty insane, but given the food in the back and the fact that literally every single car in the game can make it at least 5,000 meters with the fuel and the supplies off spawn, you don't have to worry too much about stopping. But we did just find something really helpful, and that is this particular house right here, this particular building, and that is this 2-car garage. This is basically the only building you should be stopping for, because once we open up these doors, you should see there's a lot of items in here. And if you see these mutants, you don't need to worry, because one, they do a little bit of damage, but they are not actually allowed, or they shouldn't be able to leave this garage. So as long as you walk out here, you are safe, but you will need to get in, get your items, and get out. I mean, like, this was 7 liters of gas. I will take that. All right, thank you very much. And then the next thing we can see is some caps right there, and then this banana. So I will gladly steal this banana as well. I'm actually just gonna go and eat it right now. And then a chocolate bar. I like to just scout from the outside because it's not hard to kill those mutants, but unless we have a weapon, and we don't have one at the moment, it can be a little tricky. So we're gonna go in here and snag this cap and snag this chocolate bar, and I think we'll be on our way. We just wanted to get some more extra food. Unfortunately, there weren't any weapons we could see. But yeah, if you guys are gonna stop anywhere, those are definitely the best places to stop. They're the easiest to loot, and they have some of the most loot in the entire game. But honestly, the next time I think I'll be talking to you guys is around the 5,000 meter mark, unless something crazy unexpected happens, like a huge storm. And I think usually around the 11 or 1200 meter mark is when you'll encounter your first sort of storm or obstacle. And for this dust storm, usually I just like to zoom in my view using the Q button on my keyboard, and then we can still see if there's going to be any rocks or obstacles in the road, and we can avoid them while still driving driving full speed in our car. Like there, we saw that rock, but easily avoided it. And there you go. Problem solved. All right, so just a few minutes later of full speed driving, we have reached the 5,000 meter check mark. One of the first obstacles, one of the first major obstacles in the game. And it should be pretty straightforward to get over. You just drive straight. I'm going a little bit fast because obviously I've done it a few times, but you can go slower if you would like. And then the next, and actually the last difficult part is going to be up here where these boards kind of curve a little bit, or they're at an angle. So still was able to do it without a problem. And we also see another one of these 2-car garage areas over here, because ultimately with most of the vehicles, I mean, this thing has barely used any gas, and it's also used just under a third of the water. So in theory, we can make it to around the 15,000 meter checkpoint without needing any more gas or water. And so all we need to worry about at this point is food, and we just found ourselves a cheeseburger, and that was super helpful. And we also get this stick and uh-oh. The mutant is loose. I don't know how this happened. I guess don't poke the bear because they will come after you. And oh no, we are out of stamina. We might actually just have to abort this pit stop altogether. Okay, somehow we just got him to stop. But yeah, as a free-to-play player, one of your biggest challenges is just going to be not dying to these guys while looting up. So before we leave, I'm quickly going to see if there's anything else of use. I don't really need the dynamite. Whoa, hello, buddy. Yeah, these aren't the most common buildings, but I definitely don't want to risk my entire run just to see if there's anything valuable in there. But we did get a cheeseburger, which is really helpful for our food. And honestly, it should be pretty smooth sailing up to the 10,000 meter checkpoint. Again, due to the fact that based on the car, you really shouldn't have to get out and loot that much unless you're searching for something like caps or other materials you want to put in your backpack. And speaking of which, there is a new backpack for everyone within a Dusty Trip. For me, I press I can open it up, and then let's say that I want to save this cheeseburger for another run. We can go ahead. Oh, this item can't be saved. Well, it looks like this chocolate bar can be saved, and I don't know why the cheeseburger can't. What about this banana? Item can't be saved. Dang it. Oh, maybe it's because it's a starter item. Yeah, I guess any food not found in the starter area can be put in your backpack, and let's say you want to save this for like a really amazing run. You could find some food, any extra you have, you can smack it in there. That also goes for anything like weapons or other materials you might see yourself needing. I don't think you can put fuel or water in your backpack. And man, here's one of my least favorite things within the game. That is the nighttime mode, because holy crap, you just can't see anything. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have any headlights on this vehicle, which is a big bummer because I think these nighttime periods last for quite a while. So slow and steady wins the race, especially during these periods of just insane darkness. And well, if you manage to flip over, usually you can just grab a hold of your vehicle, and then by taking off some of the wheels, it can also be easier to reflip over, but it might be a little scuffed. You basically just have to grab on to different parts of your vehicle and keep pushing and pulling until the car just starts to flip over. But when it does, you definitely don't want to be like me, someone who forgot to put on the handbrake, because that is not good. But we were able to get in the car, and we are back on our journey. So that's another great tip. If your car does flip, it is not game over. It might just take a few minutes of taking things off, pushing things over, or just getting creative to get your car right side up again. But our journey continues. All right, flipped over again, handbrake up, engine off. Take the wheels off as well to make it a little bit easier to flip over. All right, that was a lengthy one, not gonna lie. Took us a minute to push the car back over. And we're getting a little low on hunger, which is why it's helpful that we managed to grab that food from the starting house, because now we're able to use it later on in the run. Now, it's also important to note that there will be these shops here around the map. And let's say, hey, I'm really hungry. I want some food right now. Okay, well, it kind of sucks because it's just like weapons and this onion. If I wanted to buy this singular onion, 17 caps, and that is maybe like 5% of my hunger bar refilled. It's an absolute terrible deal. And then for something like a shotgun, which is, you know, pretty valuable, 160 caps, 150 caps. It's pretty wild how expensive a lot of this stuff is within the game. I mean, this RPG, I don't even want to know how expensive it is. 367. And then this is just things you can use this game or something you could put in your backpack. And so as a free-to-play player, it's really important to save your caps for things like this vehicle that might actually be something you can use every every single game. It's something that is really helpful in terms of making it a further distance. So personally, I wouldn't ever really use the shops to buy things. I don't think it would hurt to sell some items because you can also sell items. You don't get a lot of caps, but again, if you're working towards getting something like a free-to-play car or free-to-play item that they might add in the future, I think it is tremendously helpful. And we're also coming up on what is, in my opinion, one of the biggest obstacles you'll face in the game, and that is, of course, the 10,000 meter mark. Now, there's really nothing special to it. I do like to go rather slow through this area. Unfortunately, this car has a lot of handling, so it's easy to make the turns. It does seem like we are on an uphill, though, but you don't want to get out. You don't want to stop. You don't want to fight any of these people. You just simply want to drive. They will miss most of their shots. You won't actually take a whole lot of damage, but you also don't want to run into people. If I were to run into that person, there's a good chance he could get stuck on the car and he just is shooting me without missing any shots. So you just want to stay on the road. You don't want to crash anything. You don't want to go too fast. And really, it is pretty straightforward. Once you do it once or twice, you get the hang super easily. Again, we want to make sure we don't run into people because you don't kill them, they will end up killing you. So we have made it through pretty much untouched. We maybe took a shot or two of damage, but once you've made it past this little concrete barrier, you are out and through, and you're just praying and hoping you can make it to the 15,000 meter checkpoint because, well, if you make it to the 15,000 meters, you're going to make it to 20,000 meters. But this is most likely where in your run, you're going to need to look for a bit more food. So we're going to keep our eyes out for any of those double garages or houses or buildings that might have a bit more loot inside because, again, all we really need is food because the 15,000 meter mark is where you'll get absolutely stocked up on a bunch of gas and fuel and water and anything you might else to actually keep your car running. But in this instance, we need to keep ourselves running. And so look at that. It couldn't actually make it up better if I tried. A 2-car garage will bring our car right about here. Stop and eat our cheeseburger before we do. And you know what? And our apple. So we are fully out of any starter food that we were given. And so we definitely need to find some here, like this donuts. Oh, geez, man. Let me just eat the dang donut. All right, let's let our health regenerate a bit. And you can also spend this time to just scout out what you want to get. So I'm going to get that pepper right there. There's a bunch of caps. We can go ahead and get this cap. And then these caps, was that 15, 20 caps? Jeez. All right, our health is regenerating a little slow. So we'll give it a second and then we'll get back in there and get some more food, get some more loot. We can also check the water levels of our car. It's probably pretty low. Yeah, a little unfortunate, but unless we see some water, then I probably won't end up stressing too much about it because there's something in that gas can right there, obviously, but I don't know what it is. Oh, I grabbed the door. Yo, they got out. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I'm going to get my pepper. I'm going to eat it. And I'm going to be on my way out of here because that is a bad sign. We've got 2 fellas chasing you. Yo, go, 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 go. Woo. They're in the truck of my car. What? They were just in the bed of my K truck. Yo. So yeah, those stops, you just gotta be pretty calculated on your A game. But with our hunger bar fully filled up, I think we should have more than enough stamina to get to the 15,000 meter mark. I just hope we don't run into some sort of tornado or something that derails us and breaks our car. But if I do see any more 2-car garages, I probably will stop. Oh, is this nighttime? No, I don't think so. I think it's about to rain. I think it's about to have lightning strikes going on. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was expecting. So for thunderstorms, you just want to keep moving. You don't want to stay still because if you do, there's a chance you can get struck by lightning and your run will be over. So it's best to stay in your car, stay on the road. You might hit some obstacles, but that's fine. Just do your best again to stay moving and you should hopefully stay alive. All right, that was pretty easy. That didn't last too long at all. And well, if you've done everything successfully, you should reach the 15,000 meter checkpoint, which is honestly like a resupply and refuel station. There are no bad guys here, no enemies. It is just a place for you to stock up and upgrade your vehicle. Now, for me, this K truck, due to the layout of the car, we don't actually have the ability to put in a new engine. But if you have another car that can take an engine and fit something like this is a V8 engine, which, trust me, it goes really fast. So this is where you would use this diesel right here for your engine with this V8, because this V8 engine does not work with the gas and these red gas cans. It works with the diesel and these orange cans, but all cars will need water for their radiators and especially ours. So let's go ahead, and with 15,000 meters, we only use around like 7 liters of gas. So again, this car, the K truck, is why I love it. It's super fuel efficient and you only really need to stop for gas once at the 15,000 meter mark and refuel to like 60 liters to be safe. But unfortunately, unfortunately, there is no food here at this checkpoint, so you'll need to be pretty fast because you will be losing hunger. And if you didn't save up any food, well, that'll be unfortunate because you might actually starve. And so you really just want to get in, get some gas. And because this car is so fuel efficient, what the heck? Okay, anyways, I've never had that happen here. We only really need around, what is it? Like 30 liters or so, and that would get us around 60,000 meters within the game. So just gonna restock on some water now, and then get some extra water cans. And so with all of the fuel and the water that we have, this car can actually make it to over 50,000 meters. But before we even think about getting to the 50,000 meter mark, well, we have to get past the hardest checkpoint in the entire game, the 20,000 meter mark. And hitting rocks doesn't help us do that. Oh, dang. Yeah, this is like a heat storm right now. And so we actually are out of food, and we might need to take a quick pit stop at a house that we're building that we wouldn't normally stop at, but for the sake of just keeping this run alive, I think it might actually help. So these guys, they don't seem to care right now, but as soon as we get close, yep, there they go. Can we get inside? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a guy in here. Is there actually any food or anything? Bro, there's nothing. I just took a pit stop and got nothing out of it. And they're in my trunk again. Let's go. Please leave. Yeah, maybe I'll just stick to two-car garages from here on out. That got me nothing. All right, we're stopping at another house here. I'm gonna take out my backpack again, using some of these candy bits that we were able to grab earlier. And wow, okay, that's basically a full hunger and stamina bar now, but I just want to see what's in here. I don't even... Nope, there's nothing. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm deciding to not fight that guy. I'm not picking that battle. Heck no. Get me out of here. No, yes, this run could have gone maybe a little bit smoother if we had some game passes and didn't have to worry about hunger and health so much, but even then, as you can see, as a free-to-play player, this is like my first run on this account. And well, we are slowly approaching the 20,000 meter mark, which is something I think only like a small percentage of people on this who've played this game have ever been able to achieve. Oh man, this car's kryptonite is hills. Look, our miles per hour, kilometers an hour, we're slowing down. This hill is so steep, but trust me, as long as you just keep holding forward, you will be able to climb all the hills in this game. I promise. Now, gamers, coming up is the checkpoint that all Dusty Trip players absolutely despise, because as you can see, those little dots up there, those aren't just randomness. Those are actually enemies, and they want to destroy you big time. So this shop, we could stop for, oh my gosh, yeah, as you can see, they just dropped. Oh my gosh. Now, we're gonna go ahead and pull our car up right before the 20,000 meter mark, and believe it or not, we're gonna stop the car, we're gonna get out, and we are going to approach these fellas with no weapons. No weapons. No way to beat them. We are giving up because these cowboy mutants, they will destroy you so fast. It is virtually impossible to beat them on solo. You just kind of go, hey, GG's, this was fun. And you might be thinking, hey, Quacks, what are you doing? The run's over. This isn't how to beat the game. You just lost at the 20,000 meter checkpoint. This is where I would tell you all to go back to the first tip of the video where I said to join the group where you get one free revive every single day, because this is the final tip. This is the only place you want to use your free revive, because something crazy happens when you use it. As you can see, we've traveled 20,000 meters, but we have this free revive. We can use it, and once everything is loaded in, you will see that, okay, we were stuck for a second, and oh my gosh, am I just glitched like this? Am I just glitched? Dude, that's so not cool. But as you can see, the guys, the zombies, they're gone. They're not chasing after us. Oh, like, I can't see anything. Jeez. So the final and the most important tip as a free-to-play player is you want to use your one free revive a day only at the 20,000 meter mark. If you die anytime before the 20,000 meter mark, just back out of the game. Quit the game, call it a GG's, say, hey, we didn't get him here, because this checkpoint, it is absolutely crucial that you have one free revive left, because if you don't, well, you just can't beat it. You're gonna die and you're gonna be stuck and you're not going to be able to continue past the 20,000 meter mark. And so this area, it has a lot of randomness. There is some food here, but ultimately there's not that much food. And if you spend enough time over at the 15,000 meter mark, you really shouldn't have to worry about all of this fuel and this water up here. You can grab some extra if you really want, but we already have so much that for me, oh, an AK, that's actually pretty solid. So this is an instance where, hey, I don't really need an AK this game because I've already gone ahead and passed this checkpoint. So we're going to take the AK and we're going to put it in our inventory. So that way for future uses, we can go ahead and have that. Same for the RPG. There's actually a lot of loot here where if you're able to get here, you can place your backpack down and then just load up for weapons. So that in the future, it'll be easier to loot up. Ah, dang it. We can't store these RPGs, but these AKs, they're still storeable. 2 AKs from 1 run. And then these houses, yeah, there's basically nothing in them or nothing too much of value. So we'll take back our backpack without spending a single Robux on this game. We are able to cruise past the 20,000 meter checkpoint first try with 2 AKs secured for future games. That'll help make looting those double garages a whole lot easier, and it'll make it easier for today where, hey, this run's still going on. But after this point, after you've reached the 20,000 meter mark, the literal only thing stopping you is gas, water, and food. If you're able to keep all of those things well stocked and well equipped, you can have a run that goes 30, 40, 50, 75, 100,000 meters. It is literally just up to your abilities to loot buildings, to get the fuel and the gas, because there's no more checkpoints. There's no more big scary bosses. Obviously, yes, there's mutants in the buildings that you loot, but apart from that, it's just a dusty trip. It is a long, dusty road, and all of the main challenges that I would say free-to-play players chase are within the first 20-ish thousand meters, and everything else after that is, I would say, a whole lot easier. And so we're gonna keep on going just a little bit longer, but wait a second, our hunger isn't even going down. I do remember seeing something or having this happen before where we respawned at the 20,000 meter mark, but our hunger never went down. So I'm sure that's a glitch that they're probably gonna want to patch. So at least for this run, it's just fuel and water and keeping our vehicle right side turned up. Yeah, our hunger is definitely not going down at all, which means I could definitely make this run last well into the 40, 50, or even 60,000 meter mark just with the gas and the water that I got at the 15,000 meter checkpoint. But this video was mainly centered around tips and tricks on how to get past the 20,000 meter mark, because everything else here is things I have already discussed. Whoa! Oh no! Oh no, our water! Did I not... Dang it. Well, there's a trick. Make sure to re-screw on your water cap, because that was probably 10-ish liters of water we just lost out on. But hey, with a little bit of ingenuity and again, a little bit of elbow grease, we can just keep our trip going. Let's make sure though this time we pull up the handbrake. That is another great tip, is to not let your car go rolling away once you have flipped it back up again, because that is definitely something that has happened to me a time or two. Actually, one too many times, I would say. But that is why you come prepared. And you make sure once you're done with your water, you put the dang cap back on, because you don't want to flip over and then lose all of your gas and all of your water, and then your trip is definitely over. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope these tips help you on your journey to setting a new personal record within a dusty trip. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section. I'll do my best to try to answer them and help you guys out in any way that I can. But again, with 0 Robux spent, we just reached 25,000 meters, and well, we can keep heading on down the road as long as we wanted to. But personally, I'm happy with this. So thanks so much again for watching. Don't forget to sub if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.